There are 5 physiographic divisions in India. Himalayas are one of those. That its origin is very complex and has long geological history, while the genesis of coastal plain is not so complex geographically and geologically. How Himalayas came into existence, how Himalayas emerged out of geosyncline. There are mainly 3 phases. Although we will study the detailed geography, physiography, geology, drainage of Himalayas later on, but how the 3 parallel ranges of Himalayas came into existence, let us see on this board. Here, the phases of Himalayan orogeny have been shown on the map with the help of a flow chart. Here it is period, and below it the different periods have been noted. Here it is mountains. There are 3 main ranges of Himalayas that are mentioned here, and this is the name of geosyncline which has been mentioned here. This is the Tibet Massif or shield or the basal complex, which is integral part of Angara land, and a hard plateau called massif or shield. To its south, this is peninsular plateau, and between the two there was a Tethys geosyncline, and that geosyncline was polygeosyncline, out of which Himalayas emerged. Himalayan ranges were uplifted in 3 phases, and respectively Greater Himalayas, Middle Himalayas and Shivalik came into existence. We know in geophysics that this peninsular plateau moved northward. Due to tectonic forces, its northern parts submerged in the Tethys geosyncline, wherein sufficient sediment was deposited by the rivers and rainwater from Tibet Plateau and from the Indian Peninsular Plateau. When the northern margin of Peninsular Plateau, this part exerted force on the sediment of this Tethys geosyncline, these 3 folded mountains came into existence. Here there are 3 mountain ranges. Number 1, Greater Himalayas. Greater Himalayas came into existence in Eocene period, and here at that time the Eogeosyncline was deepest, and here this is Eogeosyncline which was parallel to the southern margin of the Tibet Plateau, and it turned south because to the east of this Eogeosyncline, starting from here the Pamir Nath to Namcha Barua, and in south also up to Mizoram. Thus, this geosyncline turned south, resulting into turning of the Greater Himalayas south in the Purvanchal Himalaya. Between this Greater Himalayas and this Tibet shield, there is a hinge line separating 2 structures in north, Tibetan Angara land structure, in south the folded structure of Greater Himalayas. Then Middle Himalayas came. Middle or Lesser Himalayas originated in Miocene period, and on the basis of Miocene, this geosyncline was called Myo-geosyncline. It also turned south parallel to the Eogeus incline. Hence, the Greater, Middle, and Shivalik, all the three Himalayas, turned south from Namcha Barwa, and these are here in Eastern Himalayas, also parallel from northeast to southwest. And at last, Shivalik or outer Himalayas came into existence in Pliocene period. On the basis of this Pliocene, here it is Pliogeus incline, which also turned south. Thus, we can compare the different three periods and the three parallel Himalayan ranges and the name of Geus incline out of which they emerged. Here it is the Karakoram range that was a very small Geus incline, and Karakoram phase was earlier. At the end of Mesozoic, Karakoram range emerged due to collision of this Indian plate, especially Plateau land, and especially its northward extension of this Aravalli. Thus, due to north and northeastward movement of Indian plateau and due to pressure of the northern margin of Indian plateau on the sediment of Geus incline, three parallel ranges came into existence. Now, there is formation of one new Geus incline, because to the south of Shivalik or outer Himalayas, in the Tarai region there is sufficient amount of sedimentation. Due to that sedimentation, the land is subsiding here, and it is hoped that in the coming geological future, due to northeastward pressure of the northern margin of peninsular plateau, a new folded mountain means fourth Himalayan range will come into existence, and geologists believe that its future nomenclature may be Hologeus incline on the basis of the name of Holocene period. Thus, this is the description how geologically and tectonically Himalayan ranges came out of different Geus inclines in Tethys Ocean.